Okay, we'll start at 8 o'clock, which is 1400 your time. And I hope you're all getting on well and good start to the new semester. And this is my way of trying to keep in touch. So I plan to just do this as such and see how it goes. And so to begin with, let's just see how we do this. I'll share the screen with you, and this is speaking 2, which is the first unit is on friends. Now, some of you will have already previously attended this particular class in previous semesters. However, it can be just a recap for us. So we look at the question forms, tense review, adverbs of frequency. Welcome those who are joining in. Friendship expressions, useful phrases, meeting friends unexpectedly. Speaking and reading, write down the names of 3 people who are important to you. For example, a relative, a friend, a famous person. Ask a partner about the people they've chosen. Find out as much as you can. Now it says here to read the questionnaire about the American actor David Schwimmer. And according to his answers, which of these famous people is the odd one out? So David Schwimmer was born in New York and grew up in Los Angeles. He appeared as Ross Geller in the popular TV show Friends. He's also a stage actor and a film director. Okay, welcome to those who are joining in. And you can join on the WeChat link or via the Dingtalk. When were you happiest? Before I realized my parents, sister, and I were all mortal. What is your greatest fear? Besides death, standing on stage in front of thousands of people, forgetting what happens next, but knowing I'm supposed to be doing it. Also being in the ocean alone and feeling something large brush against my leg. What is your earliest memory? Diving off a piece of furniture and onto my parents' bed. What or who is the greatest love of your life? The theatre. Is it better to give or to receive? I'm always happier giving rather than receiving a gift, and happiest when I give anonymously. Where would you like to live? Near the ocean one day. What is your guiltiest pleasure? Pizza and television, hopefully together. Who would you invite to your dream dinner party? Dostoevsky, Sophia Loren, Mahatma Gandhi, Gene Kelly, Martin Luther King Jr., Leonardo da Vinci, Charlie Chaplin, Cole Porter, Sade, my family, my friends, my lady, and a translator. When did you last cry and why? 3 years ago, when I saw the film La Vie en Rose. It reminded me of how brief our time is here and how wonderful it is to fall in love. What song would you like played at your funeral? Don't Stop Till You Get Enough by Michael Jackson. And then there's some questions here, and it says to look at the questionnaire and discuss what David Schwimmer says about the following subjects. And as you can see, if I just highlight this, it indicates that theatre is the greatest love of his life. However, forgetting what he's supposed to do on stage is also his greatest fear. And the ocean, being in the ocean alone is another fear, feeling something large brush against his leg. But it's also the place he'd most like to live near one day. Gifts, he's happier giving rather than receiving a gift. Pizza and television are his guiltiest pleasures. And watching this film, La Vie en Rose, was the last time he cried. Love, it's wonderful to fall in love. Choose the 5 most interesting questions from the questionnaire and think about your own answers. And work with a partner and compare your questions and answers. Your name mean? Are you studying for any exams at the moment? And if the highlighter obliges, how often do you see your parents? What do you do for a living? What kind of music do you listen to? How long have you been learning English? And have you ever been to an English-speaking country? When did you last go on holiday? What were you doing at this time yesterday? And who do you admire most? So these are beginnings that match with endings. And it says here, ask each other the questions, how many of your answers are the same? And then there's some question forms as to the form in which questions take. And it shows the present tense and the past tense and which questions go together. So for example, it says here, what are you learning English for? What sort of things are you good at? What kind of things are you interested in? What do you spend the most money on? And according to the highlighter here, we've got what clubs or groups do you belong to? What kind of things do you worry about? Who do you usually have lunch with? Who do you confide in? So there's some guidance on question forms, which you can probably find. Okay, so those were fractions. And now, as far as percentages are concerned, there's also an audio for the percentages. So if you listen to the percentages.
A, 5%.
20th.
A 20th.
B,
12.5%.
an
An
eighth.
eighth.
C,
25%.
a quarter.
D,
30%.
3/10.
E, 33.3%.
A third.
F, 50%.
A half.
G, 75%.
Three
3/4.
quarters.
H,
80%.
80%.
4/5.
Okay, those were percentages. Now it says here, just to unhighlight this section, to write down the names of 5 friends. And the highlighter is going again. And when was the last time you were in touch? How did you communicate? Face-to-face, by phone, online messaging, tell partner? Read the results of a survey about keeping in touch with friends. Read each statement and decide which alternative is likely to be true. All right, there's an audio that goes with this. All right, here is the audio.
Keeping in touch. A global poll was conducted into how young people communicate with friends. 18,000 people between the ages of 14 and 24 in 16 countries were interviewed. These were some of the key results of the survey. A. The average young person has 94 numbers in their mobile phone. B. On average, young people communicate regularly online and face-to-face with 53 friends. C. The group who has the largest number of friends are boys aged 14 to 21. D. Of all the people surveyed, those who spend the most time online, 31 hours per week, are men aged 22 to 24. E. Over half of young people said that they like messaging because they can talk about more things than face-to-face. F. The top messaging topic is gossip. G. Technology has resulted in young people having more close friendships. H. Technology has improved face-to-face interaction. I. Technology makes young people happier. J. 59% of young people prefer television to their computer.
Listen and check your ideas, which are the most or least surprising results. So technology has had an influence on our lives in various ways. Then it says here, listening, 3 people, Adam, Carol, and Sharon, were asked, how do you usually contact your friends? Guess their answers and complete their responses with the words in the box. All right, each of them has something to say. So first we can hear Adam speaking. And here's Adam.
Adam.
Hi, excuse me. We're doing some research into how people use technology to talk to their friends. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Well, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
It'll only take a few minutes. Well, okay then. Right. How do you usually contact your friends? By phone, email, text?
I use my phone.
Do you usually use it to speak to friends, or do you text them?
I text from time to time, but I usually speak on the phone. It's so much quicker, and I'm very bad at texting.
Do you ever use email?
Yes, I check my personal emails twice a day, before I go to work and when I get back home.
Do you use messaging?
No, never.
Carol.
Hi, excuse me. Can I ask you a question for some research we're doing?
Certainly.
How do you usually contact your friends?
Oh, I pick up the phone.
And do you ever use email?
Yes, of course. I check my emails once a week. Oh, and I use Skype now and again. One of my grandchildren lives in Australia, and she calls me on Skype every weekend.
When was the last time you wrote a letter?
Oh dear, I love receiving letters, but I must admit I rarely write letters nowadays. It's a shame, really, don't you think?
Now, Sharon.
Sharon.
Hi, excuse me. We're doing some research into how people use technology to talk to their friends. Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Okay.
How do you usually contact your friends? By phone, email, text?
I never send emails, but I text all the time.
Do you speak on the phone?
Yes, but not very often. It's too expensive.
And what about when you're at home? Do you use your computer to communicate with friends?
Yeah, I use messaging. I'm always online, so I chat with several friends every evening.
Do you use social networking?
What?
Facebook, MySpace, Bebo?
Oh, yes, I've got 386 friends on Facebook, but I only contact...
She doesn't often phone me. So you could say something either in the affirmative or in the negative. If it's in the affirmative or the positive, or otherwise in the negative, you could also say I rarely write letters, so it's even less often. And then adverb phrases such as all the time, from time to time, and now and again. And then guess which adverbs from the table you make these statements true. And you could say he always writes letters, or she always writes letters. He often listens to classical music. She is rarely late for appointments. So whatever's applicable for you. He always remembers friends' birthdays. She goes to the theatre from time to time. He always buys chocolate. You can check on page 116 for that. Okay, here's photos of Tina and Will at university and Tina and Will now. So they're speaking about past and present. We soon found out we had a lot in common. and quickly became close friends. We had the same ideas about politics and other less important things like cooking. We also liked the same music, and that's important when you're sharing a house. We fell out a couple of times about the housework. Will thinks I'm untidy, but I think life's too short to worry about things like that. What happened when you left university? When we graduated 3 years ago, we went our separate ways. There's another phrase. Since then, our lives have been very different. I went back to our hometown and got a job as a production assistant for art exhibitions. I love my job, but I'm living with my parents because I'm not earning very much. Will thinks I'm crazy because money is very important to him now, but I get a lot of satisfaction from my job. He's earning a lot of money, but he doesn't have time to spend with his family. Our lifestyles are so different now that when he comes for the weekend, we have a laugh, but we don't have very much to talk about. Okay, we'll look at these phrases afterwards, because I've highlighted them in the text as I'm reading them. So, as far as Will's concerned, it says, what kind of relationship did you have with Tina at university? Tina and I got on very well together. So that is another phrase. When we first met, we hit it off. So there's another phrase too. And we ended up sharing a house for nearly 3 years. We had our ups and downs there again. And we had the same attitude to the important things in life. And the only thing we argued about was the housework. I'm a Virgo, so I'm very tidy, whereas Tina's the opposite. I don't think she ever found out where we kept the vacuum cleaner. What did you do when you left university? When I left university, I moved to London and got a job in a finance company. I have to work long hours and I don't really enjoy what I'm doing, but I earn a very good salary. I'm very ambitious and I enjoy spending money on CDs, clothes, and a nice car. Tina's working really hard as well, but she's not earning much. I don't understand why she's doing it. Are you still in touch with one another? Our lifestyles are very different now, so we've drifted apart. So there's another term that you can use as an expression. We still talk on the phone, and when I go down to visit her, we have a laugh. I know she'll always be there for me. Now, the highlighted phrases are mentioned here. Let me see. Well, firstly, it just says, to underline the correct name, Tina was looking for someone to share the house with. And just one or two of these, for example, Will has a nice car. And there again, here are these expressions. So let's just run through them quickly and just for revision. So you can use these in your everyday conversation as well, because they have similar meanings. We liked one another as soon as we first met. In other words, we clicked straight away. We hit it off immediately. So instead of saying we like one another, you can just say we clicked straight away, or we hit it off immediately. Here's another one. We had similar interests, has the same meaning as we had a lot in common. And just to run through these quickly, we argued, we fell out, we became more distant from each other, we went our separate ways, we've drifted apart. We enjoyed one another's company, we got on very well together. And then you could also say we had our ups and downs, or I know she'll always be there for me. And the sequence of the friendship was that Tina and Will hit it off immediately when they first met. They became close friends and got on well together. They had a lot in common. Now they've gone their separate ways and they've drifted apart. They haven't fallen out, and they say they're still there for each other. How many friends have you stayed in touch with from primary school, secondary school, and university? So there's a topic of conversation. So you could speak to your friends about that, about how you've kept in touch or you haven't kept in touch, and you can use these phrases within your conversation. Usually what we used to do in the past here was that we would have people speak about this themselves and to answer these questions for us to have something to speak about. As for the format of today's class, we'll wait and see how that develops. But this would be how you could speak about someone of interest. Okay, the network quality is not responding in sync with the text. So the text is just catching up with the network. However, you can see the dialogue within the illustrations. And there's some phrases here. It says to underline the most natural sounding alternative. So now on your display section there, you can now see the text. And there's some phrases here like not a lot really, oh this and that, oh keep him busy, you know, oh pretty good, no just taking it easy. So if you complete the table here, let's see if that's in sync with the, yeah, now that's matching your display window. So it says here, complete the table with the highlighted useful phrases. So with greetings and saying things are okay, asking for news, saying you're in a hurry, and goodbyes. So here are the phrases that you can use in your everyday conversation.
Greetings.
How's it going?
How's life?
How are things?
Saying things are okay.
Things are okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Great.
Fine. Asking for news.
What have you been up to lately? What are you up to these days?
Saying you're in a hurry. Look, I must dash.
Better get back to the office.
I'm afraid I can't stop. Goodbyes. I'll give you a call.
See you.
Take care.
Take care.
It says to listen and repeat all the useful phrases in the table. And you can connect with the audio, which I've uploaded to the Dingtalk. And you can then say things such as, how's life? Great. What are you up to these days? I'm afraid I can't stop. Take care, this sort of thing. So then from a conversation point of view, we've finished this section. There's some vocabulary extra and there's some notes I've uploaded to the Dingtalk. But if we look through this amusing story, let's think about this. I'm starting to think now, is there someone whom I could speak about? A friend who is different from me? And let me think. Hello again. I'm going to switch over to the camera and I'm just going to try and answer some of these questions while we're speaking. So just a moment. I'll see what I can do. Now I'm going to read from the PDF here. So what is my friend's name? Right, well, the name is Ashley, for example. How long have you known each other? Many years. And well, we met, I'm trying to remember where we met, but I think it was somewhere in Australia. And why did you become friends? I don't know, it was just circumstance as such. But we are different in many ways in that Ashley likes rock climbing and scuba diving, and whereas I like tennis and golf. We do have some things in common. She has other interests, such as she's interested in microbiology and in laboratory type of work, whereas I'm more interested in education. And we have things in common, such as golf, and we've always been in touch with each other over the years. We don't see each other very often, but I suppose the golf is one of the things we've done together, tennis. So I haven't seen my friend for a while, but this is someone whom I could think of. Now, someone you could think of, for example. Now, as we have quite a few people in the meeting, obviously not everybody can speak at the same time. And as we have more people in the meeting than usual, there may not be time for everybody to speak. And if you do speak, probably people will have to keep it reasonably brief. So I think maybe what I can do is in the side panel of the Dingtalk, the people whom I can see with an English name, I will call on them. If your name appears only in Chinese, I may not be able to decipher it. I also see that while we have many people in the meeting, some are unjoined at the moment. I'm not sure. Otherwise, let's just, for those who'd like to chat, only a few are remaining at this point, which is fine. It gives us more time to talk for those who want to talk. All right, let's have a look here. I could click on a person and just put them as a speaker, even if they've got just the Chinese name. Okay, well, let's see. Set as speaker. Who's this? Maybe you want to say hello. You can unmute. Maybe you want to have something to say. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Who is this? Who would like to speak? Okay. Now I see a familiar face, but now I'm trying to remember everybody. You might have to remind me. I can remember some of you. Some of you I remember your face, but I don't always remember the corresponding English name. What was your English name again?
My English name is Elsie.
Elsie. Okay. Okay, Elsie. How are you? Happy New Year. What is there something you want to talk about?
I have a friend. Her name is Vivian. She loves sing songs, and she is good at playing piano. I think she is a very interesting person. I admire her very much.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good to see you, Elsie. Thanks for that. Is that all? Thanks, Elsie. All right, good to see you. Thank you, Elsie. Okay, is that all?
That's all. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, Elsie. Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye, Elsie. And hello to Alice. Is Alice there at all?
Hi, Dr. Bruce. Long time no see.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Pretty good. I like to talk about my friend whose name is Miranda, and I've known her for almost like six years. And she's good at playing basketball and mathematics and physics. So I think she's a pretty intelligent girl, and she's got a very easygoing personality, and she goes on with almost everyone she meets in life. And I miss her very much. She's still in my hometown, and she's also still in high school and trying to get to the college entrance examination in June this year. And I just want like best wishes for her, and I hope that she could achieve her dreams and get into the ideal university this time. Yep, that's all. Thank you.
Yes, well, we all have different interests, and some of us are interested in languages, and some are interested in science. I suppose it makes the world an interesting place. Yeah. And okay, Alice, that's good to hear from you. All right, well, have a good day.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Alice.
Okay, have a good day. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Alice. Goodbye. Okay, as I say, some just have Chinese names. You might have to remind me if you want to say something. Is there a response from this profile? Okay, not yet. Set as speaker. No English name corresponding. Okay, wait a minute. If there's no response, then we try the next person. Okay, there seems to be some response. Hello?
My name is Ethel.
Yes, Ethel, how are you?
My best friend is Clara. She is my roommate now. And I like her. She's very she's very clever, and she can learn anything quickly. And she likes she playing. She likes playing football very much, but she's not good at it. So every day she will go to the playground to exercise. And every day we will study together, and she can learn me more. She can teach me more knowledge that I can't understand. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Ethel. Good to see you. Have a nice day. Okay, all the best, Ethel. Okay, bye for now. Okay, and okay, thank you, Ethel. Is Olivia there? Hello?
Hello, Dodo. Long time no see.
Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And I want to talk to my friend, whose name is Flora, and she's in the same major of me. Like we both major in English, so we still have a lot of the common topics to talk about. And we became friends due to because of the like in high school we are both classmates and roommates, so we have a lot of opportunities to talk about ourselves. So and we became the good friends, and we also have a lot of same hobbies and same interests. Mm, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. Good to see you again. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye, Olivia.
Bye-bye.
All right, goodbye.
Bye,
and
you too.
Thank you. Kino, hello.
Hi, Dr. Bruce.
Hello.
I am Kino from toefl 8,
Yes.
and my friend is Selena. She is studying mathematics in Peking Sports University, and we have lots of things in common. Like we're both interested in animals and UFO and so on. We have been friends for about 4 years, and because of the distance, we shouldn't meet each other very often, but we can communicate by WeChat. I miss her very much, and that's all. Thank you very much.
Oh well, yeah. In the distance, it's difficult to keep in touch with people when they live in other parts of the world. But at least we've got this means of connecting. At least that's something. It does make a difference. It can be a lonely life, but if we have friends, it can make a difference. And maybe if we have some things to speak about, some common interests and things like that, then it makes life interesting to speak to others. When we have nothing to talk about, then life can be quite boring. But okay, good to hear from you. Thank you. and I hope you're well. I like your the mask matches your beanie. It's got a nice color, matches your hair and your beanie, so it looks good. But I hope you're keeping well. Okay, and bye bye. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Bye. And Ariel, hello.
Hi, Bruce.
Yes, hello.
What I want to say is a friend of mine when we met in primary school. Actually, our relationship is not that good. We even had a fight with each other when in the fourth grade just because of a little thing. I thought I wouldn't keep in contact with her, but in a vacation she bring me some presents, and actually I did not think of this, and she gave me a great surprise. From then on, we became very good friends, and I remember many things. We both like European and American pop music. She likes Avril and I like Michael Jackson. So we can talk many things together. Although we are in different universities now, we still live very close to each other. We often have dinner or went to some place for fun. I feel very lucky for having her as my friend, and this the previous cat is her cat. She invited me to
that's cute. Yeah, with the watermelon hat.
play with yes, to play with her cat if I have time, and I'm looking forward to it. That's all.
Yeah, well, as you say, it makes the world go round. It's great that people can at least. I think people must try to share their differences and try and find some common values so that we don't forget our friends from the past. Yeah. So that happens very easily. There are lots of people we don't hear from for years and years. I can think of many people that I used to be quite close friends with, and then all of a sudden they just disappear off the radar and you don't hear from them for years. So it doesn't mean that the friendship doesn't exist. It's just that life is too busy. We just don't have time. So it's a bit sad that we can't always keep in touch, but maybe things will change. Maybe things will get better. We hope things will get better. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing. Have a nice day. Okay, goodbye, Errol. Bye, Errol. And Hanya, from quite a few. That was a long time ago. When was that? A year? Was it a year or 2 years? Hanya, from Tianjin. Oh yes, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you remember me?
I don't know. I remember some things. Did you say we were from Tianjin?
I changed my major, and now I'm studying Spanish.
Spanish? Wow, already?
Yeah.
Why not? That's a good subject to study. They speak Spanish all around the world. South America, and that's a good choice, probably. That's a good choice.
Yeah, I think so. Now I want to introduce my best friend. Her name is Susanna. She's my classmate now. Susanna is a beautiful and lovely girl. She's smaller than me. We often stay together. People say we like sisters. Actually, I regard her as my sister. She works very hard on her study. We often study together and help each other. Her favorite subject is Spanish. She sings. She have many different things of Spanish. So he often help me. Besides, she's popular in my class because she's outgoing and attractive. And that's all I want to say.
It's interesting that you changed your major to Spanish, because for English speakers, I think the choice to study would be Spanish or French, maybe. Of all the languages, if I was to learn another language, I had thought about Portuguese, because I had thought of going to Portugal at one stage, and it was still possibly on the radar. But Spanish, I think, I think they speak Portugal and Brazil, but most of South America is Spanish. And so that would be, from a travel point of view, you meet a lot of people around the world with that. And then, of course, if you've got English and Spanish and your language, then that will be helpful. What do you think you might do in the future? What do you hope you should do? Teaching or something else?
Maybe do a Spanish teacher, I think.
Okay.
To the South America.
Well, thank you for staying in touch, and good to see you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a nice day. Okay, thanks. That appears to be everybody for today. And anybody else have anything else to say? Otherwise, we can finish. Okay, thanks for, it was just a trial run just to see how it goes. So, as I say, I'll try this for a while, see how it goes. Anyway, all the best. Hope your semester goes well. And if my circumstances allow, I will try to arrive. Unfortunately, I didn't give prior notice until yesterday, so maybe other people had other plans. There were some people who sent in and said that they couldn't attend because they had already planned other things. So I will try and give notice in advance next time, so that it might, but it's difficult to coordinate it with everybody's activities. But as for today, well, okay, have a nice day, everybody, and goodbye. Thank you. Unmute and goodbye for now. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Dr. Bruce.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. All right. Bye.